Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. I'm very excited to share with you the Fafrees FF20 Polar. Really nice bike, and we got a lovely day for it. So we're going to bring you all the features that the bike has to offer, and it's even got a dual battery, and that's one of the key features that we'll go over, giving you a range of 160 kilometers. So a link to the product will be in the description if you are interested in buying it, but let's get into the review. So let's begin the review by talking about the display. Display's at the front of the bike, which it's very colourful, so you won't miss it even in poor light conditions. So at the bottom we have the total trip distance, which you can be seen here, and then you have your odo, which is how many miles the bike's done overall, and then above there we got pass. That stands for your pedal assistance system, so you can adjust these by pressing plus and minus. So on the bottom it will bring you to 1, that's the slowest speed, which will bring you to about 10 miles an hour. And then on number 5, that is restricted to 25 kilometers an hour, which is 15.5 miles an hour. But again, it can be de-restricted to 40 kilometers an hour, depending on the country you live in. And then you have your speed in kilometers an hour. And at the very top, you have a battery bar, which tells you how much battery it's got left and how much charge it's got left. So at the moment, I've got a full charge. You can expect between 100 to 160 kilometers of range with both batteries, but more on that later on in the video. So we're going to be moving on to the front headlight now. I'm going to show you how bright this light is, so it just makes it easier to be seen. So to operate it, you can switch it on, and then to turn it off, it's going to press that once, and that's a really bright headlight, and you won't be missed while riding the Fafrees FF20 Polar. So moving to the back, you'd think this would just be a brake light, because most e-bikes I've reviewed just have brake lights. Well, this one's actually a brake light, so as soon as I touch the brakes, more colour will appear, and that's just going to tell road users that you're indicating to slow down, and ultimately saving you from being rear-ended. So when you look at this e-bike, you might only think there's one battery, and that's quite obviously here, but you're going to be mistaken. There's actually 2 batteries, and combined this can give you between 100 to 160 kilometers of range, depending on a number of factors. Both work parallel with one another. So to remove the first one, quite easy. All you have to do is just twist here to your left position, and this battery will pop out. So once the battery's out, the first thing, if you're unsure of what charge the battery's got on it, is that you can actually check here by pressing the button. And that's got a full charge, about 75%, because one's red, but that's pretty much got a full charge on there, because I did have to ride it to do the review today. It's a 48 volt 10.4 amp battery unit, lithium ion, and then these are the connectors that will plug back into the bike. So you're just literally going to slide that back in, and then make sure it's fully clipped. So you want to push that in, just push it in with your hand, and then it might take a little bit of work to get it in, and once it's in, it's in. It's in. Probably really bored of me talking about how to remove batteries, but for this one, you just got to remove the seat post, take the battery out, make sure you put the key into the unlock position, and on the other side of the bike, there is a way that you can check what battery is left in the pack just by pressing this. So you can see I roughly have about 60% battery left. Each bar represents about 25% capacity. So this has a 40mm travel suspension fork at the front, and this will cushion out any of the harsh bumps that you encounter while riding, providing long-term comfort for your commuting trips. So these have got 4-inch fat tyres, and these are produced by Chaoyang, and these can give you an increased friction of a range of riding conditions. This includes flat ground, snow, sand, mud, whatever type of road that you're going to encounter. These tyres can ensure that you're going to stay on your bike. So we've got front and rear disc brakes. They are cable operated, so not hydraulic, just bear that in mind. These are powerful enough with 160mm rotors that can stop your bike in an effective way on whatever type of terrain that you're going to be riding on. So we do have a 500 watt rear motor, which adds to the power of this e-bike. So even if it is restricted to 15.5 miles an hour at a 500 watt rear motor, this will make it be illegal to use on UK public roads. This isn't to say that you might not be able to buy the bike if you're planning to use it off-road with the landowner's consent. Absolutely fine, or if you're in a country with different jurisdiction. So it's got a 500 watt rear motor, and that will bring you to a top speed de-restricted to 40 kilometers an hour. The bike comes restricted to 25 kilometers an hour, 15.5 miles an hour, and it does also have a throttle. So just bear in mind when you're using the e-bike not to use the throttle on the bike. Make sure you're pedaling if you are in the UK. So this has a back rack on it that you can see, and it can take 25 kilos. Now 25 kilos is a significant amount of weight, and you can even attach a storage box to it, or if you want to attach your rucksack, just tie it down, and this will just save you from having to carry it on your back on longer journeys. It's really nice what they've done here. Moving to the front, we do also have a front rack. It's not installed on this model, but as you can see, there are fittings to put a front rack in, like a front basket, if you did want extra storage in addition to what you've got at the back of the e-bike. So there's nothing special about these gears, but there is a Shimano 7-speed SIS index, and if you did want to go faster than what the motor will assist you up, which is 25 kilometers an hour, you can just simply go to a higher gear, pedal faster, and you'll be able to get on with your journey. So watching this video today, you might just think this is another ordinary e-bike, but it's actually something special I've saved till the end of the video, where you can actually fold it. So you can fold it from two places, on the frame and on the handlebars. I'm really going to be touching on the safety features that will prevent anything coming apart while you're riding. So the first part is the handlebars. Now this is a little bit stiff, but the reason it's so stiff is because it has to clip back in place securely. So to operate this, all you're going to do is you're going to lift this up and then bring it towards you. So it's kind of like an up and then towards you motion. This will just fold all the way to the bottom, and then once this part of the bike folds in half, which I can demonstrate now for you. So instead of just bringing this back up, I will just show you how you can fold this part in half. There's a little clip here, and you're going to push that in, and then that comes out. So this will actually fold towards you, so it's going to fold towards me this way. So I want to make sure I pick up maybe the front of the bike, sort of put my leg between here, and then I'm going to lift it up, and then you want to sort of grab something else as well. Make sure the pedals don't get in the way of the bike, and then once the bike's in position, that is into its foldable state. So I'm always honest and transparent with my viewers, and I'll never mislead any of them. And when you saw me folding this e-bike, you did see me struggle, and I will admit it. It's quite hard to do, so if you're not strong, you might struggle. The other part is it doesn't actually have folding pedals, so you do have to readjust the pedals. This is something that the company could consider in their future models, but I will just see if it's easier or if it's going to be about the same to bring this bike and unfold it back to its original state. So I'm going to give it a go now. So I'm going to hold on to the back rack, hold on to the front forks, and then I'm going to reposition as I'm putting it back together, lifting it up. And it is quite a heavy bike, and I think it's quite heavy because of the lithium ion batteries. As you can see, I managed to fold it back up. I'd say folding it back up is easier than unfolding it. And then that clip just clips in. That was a lot easier than having to unfold it. So again, I'd probably just say the only thing that they could do is with the pedals. Just have folding pedals. It'd make it a lot more easier. And let's see how easy this will be. So this just comes up, and that just clips in. I reckon putting it all back together is the easier part. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch the Fafrees FF20 Polar review. Did forget to mention one thing on the bike, and it's probably the most important feature that you're going to have while riding, and it's the bell. Amazing. Fantastic bike. Overall, you get extended range from dual batteries. It can be folded, unfolded, presses down to size. Only thing is I did struggle a little bit with, and I mentioned about the pedals. I think those are the only two things that I could criticize about this bike in my review today. But link will be down in the description below. It retails just for over £1,000. Link to the product will be there. My business email will be there in case you wanted to contact me or have any questions. Leave a comment. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so already. Otherwise, I'll be very disappointed in you. And I'll see you in my next YouTube video.